So today is the first session about Java. Today is first session about Java. And prior to this, we have discussed about few things like why software developer So what is Java? Why Java is popular? What are features of Java? Then a little bit of computer basics. Computer basics. So these are the things we have discussed in the earlier session as part of introduction. Okay, and from today we will start this first session about Java. Downloading Java latest version, installing JDK, then writing the first Java program. After that, we understand more about the program life cycle, Java program life cycle. So July evening batch Java notes. Okay. Files July batch. Okay, so we'll start from this part today. We'll install. Then we have another one which is called as configure JDK. So we would like to know about directory structure. Then we talk about CMD prompt, and then we talk about CMD basic commands. We'll talk about path, so which is absolute and relative path. Absolute path and relative path. Absolute and relative path. Yeah, so let's understand about this one, and then we will move on. So I would prefer to cover these topics at the first, because this is nothing to do with JDK as such, and this is at the beginner level. Okay. Let's know about this topic and move on to the JDK part, so that it will be in order. Okay, so what is a directory structure? What is a directory structure? Let us understand directory structure, and then let's understand about command prompt, and after that basic commands in the command prompt, and then absolute and relative path, which is an interesting topic. Okay, first of all, let me explain what is a directory structure. So there are two types of directory structure. One is Windows based, another one is Linux based. One is Windows based directory structure. Windows based directory structure. Another one is Linux based directory structure. Linux based directory structure. Okay, so what is a directory? At first, what is a directory? What is a directory? In Windows, directory is called as a folder. In Windows, directory is called as a folder. So this is also known as directory. Directory. So directory is basically containing subdirectories and files. Subdirectories and files. Okay. So what does that mean? If there is a folder, let's say ABC, and inside that folder there is another folder, and there is one more file. So there is a folder and there is a file. So this is a folder. This is a child folder. X, Y, Z. And this folder is also having some other child folder or files, whatever it is. Okay. And here we have another files. Okay, here another file, let's say word.txt, some file. Okay, some file. So this is a folder structure. This is a folder structure or directory structure in Windows. But in Linux, we don't call it as folder. We call it as directory itself. We call it as directory. In Linux environment, we don't call it as folder. It is called as directory. And the same thing, subdirectory. Okay. Then what is the difference between Windows and Linux based? What is the difference between Windows and Linux based then? Since you are saying both same as Windows and Linux, then what is the difference between these two? Right? Obviously a good question. This is very important thing. So please try to understand. In Windows, we have something called drives. Are local folders. Drives are local folders or local disks. Okay, maybe C, D, E, F, G, whatever you want, name it, you can name them. But whereas in Linux, we don't have drives. We don't have drives. We don't have local disks. We have mount points. Mount points. So mount point also represented in the directory only. Mount point is represented in directory only. Directory only. So in Windows, all the local disks or drives start in my computer or this computer or my PC. This PC or my computer, this PC or my computer, right? So inside this there will be multiple disks like my computer or this PC, this PC. Inside this we have a lot of drives: C drive, D drive, E drive. These are all drives. Okay, C drive, which will be like this, D drive, which will be like this, another one E drive. So this is having parent, which is this PC. This one are the childs. These are the drives. Okay, this is called root. This is called root. All these are root. Whatever you see here, all these are root for that drives. A root for the drives. Root for the drives. Root for drives. Okay, so this is where it is starting from. So if at all you are referring, you need to write C colon. So you are seeing, right, this PC is having two drives. This PC is having two drives. One is C drive, another one is D drive. These two, this is one root and this is the another root. Okay, so there are two roots. I mean, in my system there are two roots, that is C drive and D drive. Two drives. Inside C drive I have some contents. Inside D drive I have some contents. Okay, C drive and D drive are siblings. C drive and D drive are siblings. That is total this PC. For this PC, these are childs, and for this C, D is sibling, and for D, C is sibling. Okay, so this is how the structure is. Now, if you want to go into, let's say I'm inside the C drive, I want to go into D drive. So what I need to do, just to type D colon, enter key, then you will be taken to the D drive. Again, you want to go to C drive, just type C colon in the address bar, click on enter key, you will move to the C drive. Now, if you want to go to the C drive inside files, let's say I want to come to this path. Okay, let me go to the D drive and change to C and files. So what I need to do? I need to do C colon backslash files. So it is directly taking to that path. It is directly taking to that path. So this is the path. What is path? Path is nothing but location of folder or file starting from root folder or drive. What does that mean? when you take something inside C drive, the root folder of C drive is C colon. So from C colon till to the file or folder, that complete location, complete path, that is called as complete path. So path is the location of the folder starting from the root. Starting from the root, that is C drive or D drive or E drive. Okay. So then we have something called two types of paths. One is absolute path. Absolute path. Another one is relative path. Absolute path and relative path. So relative path, okay, I'll just give some two different examples. Then you will understand what is the difference between absolute and relative. So let's take one family. In that family, there are two brothers, one father, okay, two brothers, Ram and Shyam. Okay, so these are the two brothers. Okay, these are my cousins, so I'm just taking them as an example. So don't worry about the names, just try to understand the concept. Okay, so Hari, okay, Ram and Sam, Hari. So if you say, and for example, you have let's say one kid here, another kid here. Okay. This is one kid here. This is another kid here. Okay. Gopal and Raj. Okay, this is just an example I'm taking, so don't worry about the names, only worry about the concept. Okay. Who is Gopal's father? Who is Gopal's father? Who is Gopal's father?
Ram.
Who is Raj? How is Raj related to Gopal? How is Raj related to Gopal?
Brother's son.
Right? His brother's son. So if you understand the relationship, Ram and Shyam are siblings. Ram and Shyam are siblings. So if I ask who is Raj, you are referring, let's say, Hari's son's son. Okay, Hari's grandson. That is one reference. Okay, grandson. Then otherwise you are referring Gopal father's brother, right? Brother will he will be like father's son. Okay, he is grandfather's son, and from that other son, he is son of that other son. So try to understand this concept. Okay, so this is relation. When you are picking up the relation from the child to parent and from parent to super parent, and then you are referring from super parent to child parent, and then from that child parent to another child parent. So you are going by step-by-step relationships. This is called as relative. Relative. Okay. When you are talking about relative path, you will say parents, parent, child's child, child's child. That is how you refer, right? This is called as relative path. Instead, you are referring from the a root. That is, for example, he is son of Hari's son of Hari's son. Okay, when you say that, that is called as absolute path. That is called as absolute path, absolute relationship. So when you are referring from the root to child, if you are referring something from root to child, from root to child, this is called as absolute path. If you are referring from parent of current, parent, and using parent and child, when you represent with parent and child, that is called as relative path. That is called as relative path. Relative path. One is absolute path, starting from root. Relative path, from child, from parent. So when you use child and parent, then that is a relative path. So dot in Windows or Linux represents current folder or child folder. Dot represents current folder or child folder. Double dot represents parent. Double dot represents parent folder. Parent folder. Parent folder. So let me take to the command prompt. You hit CMD in the search box, you will get command prompt. Okay, you will get command prompt. Can you tell me what is this? What is this? Is it absolute path or relative path? Whatever it is highlighted here in white, can you tell me, is it absolute path or relative path? Yes.
Relative path.
Relative path. So Sai Kiran agrees to her. Another lady, I do not know who it is, agreeing to her, relative. Nazim says relative. Another one. So there are 9 people. I want answer. Everybody to put it in the chat. No exception. Today onwards, you have to follow this principle. If I ask you a question, whether you know or whether you don't know, you are supposed to put in the chat. Comment in the chat.
Absolute path means referring from root to child.
From root to child. From root to child. I'm talking about Raj is Hari's son's son. I am starting from the root. So in Windows machine, what is a root? It is a drive name. Root is a drive name. So C or D or E. This is the drive name. In my system, if you look at my system, I have 2 drives in my system. That is C drive and E drive. If I am referring from D drive and files and let's say Java, this complete thing is d:/files/Java. What is the relationship between files and D? Files is child of D. Java, child of files. It's exactly the same way we are referring here. Hari, instead of Hari, we talk about D or C colon, and this one files folder, this one Raj folder, or maybe what say Java folder. So please understand, this is why I asked you question. If you have not understood something right, then I can correct immediately, not after a week. Okay, so root is C drive, child is files, Java is child of files. So I'm coming from the root to child. What type of path it is? Is it absolute or relative?
Absolute.
Absolute path. So if you just go back to the answer you have given, I have highlighted C:/users/admin. Then what is this type of path? Is it absolute path or relative path?
Absolute.
Absolute path, because you are starting from the drive name, child of drive name, and then child of that drive, the child drive name, then child. So this is an absolute path. It is not relative path. It's not relative path, right? Everybody understood this one? It's an absolute path. It is not a relative path. So people, whoever said relative path, right? Buy a dairy milk silk chocolate or maybe dry nuts, okay, nuts, and send it to my office. My office is located in KPHP, by the way. You send it by Danzo or anything, okay? So
Sir, what about people who said absolute?
they'll definitely get one chocolate from me here.
Okay, sir.
So it was who is it? One person who answered correctly.
Sir, I said absolute.
Sai.
Bhargav.
Bhargav, yeah, Bhargav. Okay, Bhargav. One from my side to you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, guys. So every time you say wrong thing, right? Then you have to send me a chocolate. Everybody. Okay. I was just kidding. Okay. Don't take it so serious. Only for learning, take it as serious. So here we are starting from root to child. So this is called as absolute path. When you refer it from C drive, then files, then Java, this is called as absolute path. Absolute path, which is absolute path. So if you are referring, for example, you are currently in the Raj folder. Okay, currently in the Raj folder. In this case, I will show you currently which folder we are in. We are in the admin folder. Okay, so there might be for admin folder, users folder is a parent, correct? User folder is a parent, and C is parent of users. So from this path to, you want to go to the users folder. There are two ways. First way is absolute path, using absolute path. So C:, when you use C:, then users, this is absolute path. Absolute path. Now let's see the difference with relative path. Okay, right now which location we are in? We are in admin. Admin is child of users. So I want to refer from admin current directory to the parent, right? So when you want to refer current directory to the parent, you just need to use double dot. Double dot represents parent. Double dot represents parent. This is a relative path. When you use double dot, then this is called as relative path. To make it easy for your understanding, when we use dot and double dot, then it is relative path. When you use C:, or D:, or E:, that is absolute path. Just as a blind rule, you remember this rule. Okay, now I want to go to the parent directory, parent folder. So what I will represent is double dot. Okay, double dot. So if you want to show cd dot dot, you are going to the parent folder. Okay, go to the child. If you want to go to the child, use cd child folder name, child folder name, child folder name. So remember these things. Okay, cd is a command. Cd is a command to change directory. Change directory, which is also known as change folder, right? Change folder. So there are two things: parent folder, current folder, and child to the parent folder. Child to the parent folder. Child to parent folder. Child to the parent folder. Okay, that is, child to the parent means what? Brother, right? Brother or sister, siblings. Okay, so please try to understand and try to follow me. This is very, very important and very interesting also. So you need to understand these relationships. So change means, cd means change directory. Change directory. When you want to go from one folder to another folder in command prompt, one folder to another folder in command prompt, you need to use cd. cd means change directory. One folder to another folder, one directory to another directory. Current directory. If you want to see current directory in Windows machine, you will see in the prompt itself. This is called as prompt. Whatever you write, this is called as command prompt. This is called as command prompt. So this command prompt currently is current folder. That current folder is representing c:/users/admin. Users/admin. So the current folder is this one. Admin is the current folder. Admin is the current folder. In Linux, you have a command called pwd. When you use pwd, present working directory, present working directory is current folder. Present working directory is current folder. This is current folder. Okay, present working directory, pwd command gives current folder. And in Windows machine, you need to refer to the command prompt. Command prompt is before greater than symbol, whatever you see, this is called command prompt. Okay, and this is called current folder. Admin is current folder. Admin is current folder. Users is parent of admin. When you want to move from child directory to parent directory, cd : you are moving to the parent directory. You want to go to again to the child, admin, cd admin, and cd ... cd ... means moving to the parent directory. Cd folder name means moving to the child directory. cd space ... change to parent directory. Change to parent directory. cd folder name. Change to child directory. Change to child directory. Change to child directory. Then we have another command which is called dir. dir, list all the folders and files. List all the folders and files. List all folders and files. dir. You see all of these are folders. You can see dir. Whatever is named as dir, it is directory. Whatever is without dir, that is called as file. You can see in the top dot and double dot. Dot means current directory. Double dot means parent directory. Current folder, parent folder. Just remember these two topics, right? Then If it is a folder or directory, you will be seeing it as dir, which means it is a folder. Another one without dir, that is, it is a file. It is a file. Okay. For example, there is a folder here. There is a folder here whose name is git. There is another folder whose name is git. If I want to go to the git folder, what is the command? Please type the command in the chat. Can anybody tell me the command how to go to the git folder from the current folder? Please type in the chat, or maybe you can unmute yourself and tell me the answer. Is somebody saying answer? Only one person is answering. I told you just now. Everybody should answer. Everybody has to answer. Please answer. What am I saying? I'm saying I want to go inside that folder. I want to change to that folder. What is a command to change? What is a command to change that folder? Change to that folder. I want to go from admin folder to git folder. Git is the child, right? Okay. Only 2 people are listening to my class. How sad, poor guy. Good. What about others? So first, let me ask you a question. How to change one directory to another directory? What is a command to change one directory to another directory? Yeah, Anusha, you are very close. You are very close to the answer. Just
CD double dot. No, sorry. CD.
you are very close. I do not know Realme. Realme, you are near, but a little bit of change has to be done. Okay. Answer is there on the screen itself. If you properly watch this, then you will be able to find out what is the answer. Very close, very close. Can you read what exactly this means? Line number 4. CD space folder name. CD space folder name. CD space GIT. It's as simple as that, man. Why are you complicating it? Right. Finally, Nazim got the answer. So CD git, because git is a child directory of admin. I told, change to child directory, you just need to give CD space folder name. cd space folder name. All right, so you just need to use cd and folder name, that's it. Now if I want to go from git to for parent folder, that is admin, I want to go from git folder to admin folder. What is the command to use from git to admin? What is the command to go to the folder from git command to git folder to admin folder? Okay, buddy. After command, there is a space. Whether it is double dot or without double dot, just folder name, there is a space. So remember that space. After that, double dot. Double dot represents what? Double dot represents what?
Parent
Parent folder.
Parent folder. So then why we should give again double dot parent folder, right? It's not needed. Admin is not needed here. You
Yes, sir.
just need to do cd space parent folder, that is double dot. That's it. This is the answer. Moving from child directory to parent directory. Moving from child directory to parent directory. Parent directory. Move to child directory. Move to child. Move to child. If you want to go to the parent's child, that means your father's brother. Right? In that case, what you do? cd space. You want to go first parent. Go to the parent. Go to the parent. After that, child. Parent's child. Right? So you will go parent's child. Whatever is there in the child folder, folder name. Move to parent's child. Parent's child. Move to the parent's child. So please understand this thing. Please do practice also. This is very important. So if you want to go to the parent directory, cd space dot dot. If you want to go one more step, cd space dot dot. Remember, note down this part. Now I want to go to the git. So I will do absolute path cd c colon backward slash users backward slash admin backward slash git. All the complete path, complete absolute path in one single command. I am directly going from C drive to git folder of admin folder of users folder. Now let us see relationship between git and, let's say, pictures. Git and pictures. What is the relationship between git and pictures? Git and pictures both are in the same level, which means brother siblings, right? If you want to go to the siblings folder, that is pictures folder, from the git folder, you are already in the git folder. From git folder to the siblings folder, that is pictures folder, what you need to do? You need to go to the parent directory and then give the child name. That is what I have told here. Parent directory, then child's name. So in that case, what it is going to be? cd space dot dot slash cd space dot dot slash pictures. Pictures. Enter key. Right? From Git, I am going to the pictures folder, which is sibling to the Git, using one single command, referring to the parent folder. Inside parent folder, I am going to the pictures folder. Now I want to get back to the Git folder. cd parent folder. Inside parent, there is a Git folder. So this is how we can use relative path. Relative path is if you are referring from current folder to the parent and parent's child. Like this, if you are referring to this, this is called as relative path. When you do not use dot or double dot, then it is not relative path. It's not relative path. So relative path is three things: dot, double dot, and slash. When you use dot, double dot, and slash, these three are relative path. Right? If you have any of these entries in that path, then this is called as relative path. It's if you have simple colon, then slash, this slash or this slash, whatever it is. Okay, in front of this C or D, C or D. This is relative, absolute path. It is absolute path. It is absolute path. Absolute path. Okay. So the reason why I'm explaining this has nothing to do with Java. This has nothing to do with Java. Anything you related to system and you are using commands, anything. It can be shell programming, it can be Python programming, it can be Java programming, it can be Go language, anything. You are supposed to use commands only. If you are supposed to execute those commands, you are executing that in the CMD only. So you should be aware of the CMD commands. That's why I am teaching about this. That is why I am teaching about this. Recently, I have seen one person who is having 2 years of experience in Java, and he got into the company, and they are asking Linux commands, basic Linux commands. How do you go to one folder? How do you execute this command? Where is the parent folder? These are all basics. How come you are working in industry for 2 years without knowing these basics? That was a simple question asked to that guy. Right? So if he was not able to answer that question, imagine if you do not know answer for these kind of simple questions, they will simply ask whether did you really work in previous company or not. That's the first question they're going to ask. Okay, so that's the reason I'm trying to explain all these basic things. Okay, so CD is a change directory. Change directory. CD dot dot change to parent directory. CD dot dot slash folder name change to parent's child or sibling. Then dir command. Dir command is to list directories. List directories and files. Directories and files where in current folder. In current folder. So whatever you write before this is called as prompt. This is called as prompt. Indicates prompt. Then in, let's say, C colon slash ABC slash XYZ, like this, right? What is a current folder? What is a current folder? What is a current folder?
XYZ.
XYZ is a current folder. XYZ is a current folder, right? Then how to create a folder using command? Using command, how do you create a folder? mkdir, make directory, make directory, create directory, that is mkdir, rmdir, remove directory, rmdir, remove directory. So let me show you those examples. So what I do, from C drive, I will move to the D drive. CD D colon, or let's just how to change drive. Change drive. First I'll show you change drive. Drive name colon D colon. I am in D drive. I want to go to C drive. C colon. Change drive. If you want to change drive, drive name colon, drive name colon. If it is D, D colon. If it is C, C colon. So change drive. Change drive. Okay. I want to go to the D drive. I am inside D drive. So what I do, I will do list. How do I list files and folders? What is the command to list?
dir.
Yeah, good. How many folders? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I will create a folder mkdir, mkdir, JULY. Again do dir. Can you see JULY? Can you see JULY?
Yes.
So if I want to go to change that directory, what is the command to go inside the July?
Double
If
dot.
I want to go inside July. July relationship with the D drive. What is the relationship of July and D drive?
CD double dot folder name.
Is July parent of D drive? CD July, correct. CD July. Can you see what is the current directory? CD. Where is that? CD folder name. CD folder name. So CD space JULY. Right? July is the current folder. Before that, CD slash means root directory. You are in the root directory. You are in the root directory. Then create one more folder, mkdir, test1, dir. How many folders are there here? dir, which is dot, dir, which is double dot, and test1. So every folder will have dot and double dot. For the test1 folder, double dot means what? If you are inside test1 folder, double dot means what?
Parent.
What is the parent of test1?
July.
Correct. Test1 is a current folder. Parent of test1 folder is July folder. Parent of July folder is
D.
D drive. D drive. Now you understand the relationships. Then create one more folder, mkdir test2. cd test2 is the command to change to the child folder. If I want to go to the D drive July folder, there are two ways to go. First one is absolute path, D colon cd D colon backslash JULY. I am going in using absolute path. Okay, then let me go back, cd test1 slash test2. I am inside test2, inside test1. Test2 is inside test1 and test1 is inside July. So I can go using relative path also. cd double dot means parent. What is the parent of test2?
Test1.
Test1.
So after test2, you will have again parent.
July.
Yeah, parent of test1 is July. Understand?
Yes.
Okay, so now let me go back again. cd test1, then test2. pwd. So there's no pwd or something. So current folder is test2. Current folder is test2. Current folder is test2. So I want to go to the parent directory, that is test1. So use cd dot dot dir. There is one folder test2. I'll create another folder mkdir test2. Will it work? If I try to create the same folder again, will it work? Already exists. Already exists. So if you want to create again, you have to first delete. How do you delete? rmdir test2. Then do dir. So rmdir is to delete the drive, delete the directory. mkdir is to create the directory. mkdir test2 again backward slash test3. It is creating two folders at the same time, parent and child. dir cd test2 again dir, it is created test3. You see, cd test3. So in one single command, you can refer to the multiple folders. It may be current folders siblings, or parents folder siblings, or parents folder siblings, or parents folder siblings. Okay. So I want to create one folder in the parent folder. Parent folder of test3 is what? Parent folder of test3 is test2. I want to create a folder in test2, which is test4. I want to create a folder in test2. So what I do is mkdir, go to the parent first. After going to the parent, create another folder test4. cd parent folder. Inside parent folder, there is test4 folder. Understood the relationship between these things?